had a great week in trading. Don't forget about filing your taxes or an extension if you need more information. Basically, I've got trade ideas up here because this is one of my favorite tools for finding stocks to trade. And I usually start off with the gappers for the morning, the pre-market over here on the channel. They've got 21 different channels: short squeeze, swing ideas, low float stocks, gapping stocks, trending stocks, pot stocks. They also have penny stocks. They've got blockchain stocks. They've got everything that you could possibly want: ETFs, earnings. And it's an amazing tool. And this upcoming week, April 16th, they have a full access test drive for $8.88, which is definitely worth it because for sure you can make more than that. And you can see what it's all about. You could even trade with the AI if you want to. One of the favorite ones that I use is this one: history gap down movers, new lows. So basically these are stocks that have gapped up or down on the day and they're setting new lows, like Broadcom. Broadcom, look at it, gapped up, and then throughout the day had a massive sell-off. Went from 250 down to 245. $5 of move, price action, easy money. And you know what? I had the alerts going off, and every time it has a new low, it sets a new alert for me. So it's another one. If you like reversals, you can see this, watch them to see if it's going to bounce back up, because many times those shorts are going to cover, especially on a Friday. So definitely check it out. bit.ly TI Open 418, and I'll post it down below. But they have the test drive. Like I said, it's going on for 5 days, a trading week, and you can register up to Wednesday. You still get 5 days of the trading week. And they tend to have a contest too. I don't know if they're doing it this time, to win a free year if your alerts that you set up actually produce the most. So definitely check that out. Also, the Modern Trader Summit, latest addition to the speaker lineup of Kunal Desai. He's an amazing trader, trades cryptos, trades all sorts, swing trader, day trader, great guy. We also have Stephanie Kammerman. We have Anka Metcalf. She does futures as well as cryptos and ETFs. Latoya Smith-Dean, she's primarily a short bias trader, and she's doing a little bit more in options and also works in the profit trade room as well as real life trading. We have Alice Mead. She is a retired architect and has turned to trading and is now living her second year in Paris. And Billy Ray Wilson, man, he just blows it out of the water. And Sean McLaughlin, we've got more than 60 years of trading experience, so it's definitely something that you need to check out. And we'll go ahead and we'll get into the watch list for the week. I think my little one is waking up, so we'll be really quick on this. As always, guys, I'm not a professionally licensed trader. I used to have my Series 7, but it's not current. So please do your own due diligence, trade with your own proper risk management, and, trade cautiously in this marketplace, because one day it's going up on the indices, the next day it's down. With the Syria attacks, and trade warfare going on, it can just be in that moment and the price action that you need to follow. So we have Ftft, surged on Friday, up 26.9%. I'll go to my 15-minute chart here. So I would set a a support level of 235 and a first resistance of 298. Now it's really interesting because it has 2.8 million in the float, and on Friday it was 50.84% short float volume. You can see where it is on the yearly chart. This one does have multiple day runs to it. Went from down here at about 145 up to $8, so it could have some more movement to it. Next on the list, now this one did have lower volume than normal on Friday, about 111,000, but look at it. It's right at a 52-week breakout area. On the 5-year chart, it's breaking out. Overall, this one looks like we've got the breakout of 730 and then 820 up here to $10. That's for the lifetime of the stock. So this one has 2.2 million in the float, 54% short float volume on Friday, which would be roughly, obviously, 111,000, so maybe 55,000 shares. So if the volume steps in, this one could really run. It has a support level of 5.85, resistance first of 6.2, and then up to 6.55, the 52-week high. Next one on my list, BLCM. We'll go to the 15-minute chart here. So I would set a support at 880, resistance of 910. This one's interesting to me. It had 58% short float volume on Friday and 28 million in the float. We back it out to a yearly chart. It's right at around the 50% range for the price overall, but it did just fill this gap here. And I would say the next real resistance level would be the 940s area to be broken out, and then it would break up to 10 and then potentially up further from there. It does have, like I said, 28 million and 58% short float volume on Friday. Next on the list, FCB, Financial Holdings. Look at this, breaking out zone, just $1 below the 52-week high. It has 41.9 million in the float and 52% short float volume. Love this setup here. So it hit a new high for, I'd say not the year, but it's hit a new high. And then it pulled back and it surged to close basically at that high as well. So we're looking at the yearly chart. It had a major run up. It does have that potential to go ahead and break out if it breaks this 58 mark. So definitely keep it on watch. And last one for the longs is Vnom, Viper Energy. Viper Energy setting 52-week highs. Many times we'll see that they do continue up when they have their 52-week high, and vice versa. On the short side, when it's a new 52-week low, it will tend to set new lows as well. So this one has 40.42 million in the float. It is 27% short float volume on Friday. So I'm thinking that more people are thinking it's going to go up before it goes down. And it has a support level of 27.76, 28.22 for resistance. And when we look at that yearly, you can see it is setting new 52-week highs. First resistance, it looks like if it breaks the 28, would say about the 30 mark, and then on up, we'll back it out to overall on a monthly chart. Looks like we could go all the way up to, well, the 52. 5-year, let's see, this is back to 2014. So all the way up to 36. If it breaks up there, it looks like clear skies above. So we've got $8, 40 million in the float. All right, let's go to our shorts. MUSA, 15-minute chart here. I would say the first support level to be broken of 63.18 and resistance of 64.45. If it does break this level here, I would look for the 62 level to be broken. And when we look back at our yearly chart, it is close to the 52-week low, but it set it on Friday, excuse me, but it bounced up big time. It does have 32 million in the float, so there is the potential for a gap fill. If it does break that 64.45 resistance, it could run on up. However, like I said, when we see the 52-week lows setting up, it does tend to continue down for a couple days before it has that swing up. I mean, you look right here, look at this downward trend here. As a lower float stock, it can go massively down pretty quickly and then have a nice bounce up as well. So keep that one on watch. We have Infy, one of the biggest losers on Friday. Go to our 15-minute chart. I would say first support level to be broken of 1659 and then 1680 for the resistance to be broken to the upside. When we look at our 1-year chart, it has somewhat created a M pattern for downward trend. I would say if it breaks that 1659, it could continue down here to 1638. It does have 1.8 billion in the float. Now I would look for a watch for a bit of a bounce on Monday because it actually did have 72% short float volume. So a lot of people are anticipating for it to go down. However, if it does squeeze a little bit, it could bounce a little bit to capitalize on that, but it's 1.8 billion in the float. So when you have that freight train going in one direction, it is really hard to correct it. Next on the long list, we have, on the short list, we have Casey. So on our 15-minute chart, looks like our first support level to be broken of 101.38 and then 102.41. After that, down here at 179. When we go to our 1-year chart, you can see that the 52-week low is 99.76, broken back here at September 6th. Of 2017. So if it does break that, watch out below. We'll look at our 5-year chart even further. It could easily go down to 96 for right here, 94 even if that continues downwards. Now it does have 37 million in the float, so keep a watch on that one. And next we have ESDN. For a support level of 8.57, resistance of 8.87, it does have 36.7 million in the float. When we go to our 1-year chart, you can see, look at that. It's set up for, it hit the high of the 200-day moving average. That's what this green line is. And then it pulled back. It failed. And now it's at about 50% retracement down here. So I would look for it to continue downwards. We do have the earnings projected to come right here on the 25th with 0.07. And it looks like that's going to be positive compared to what they've had in the past. So it could squeeze up from there. But going into earnings with this downward movement, I would say it's more likely going to continue downwards. And the final one for our short list for the day is Anet. So we've got it here. I would look for support level to be broken of 241.80 and a resistance level of 246.02. When we go to our 1 year chart, you can see it's created that M again, and it's testing a multi-level support right here. So if it breaks, we could go down 229, down to the 200-day moving average, I would say would be the next one, 217.65. So we'll keep it on watch and see if it does break down. It does have 48 million in the float. Now my long-term picks for swings, for longer-term holdings potentially, LRN, excuse me. LRN, so it's bouncing off the 52-week low here. When we look back, it's multi-level, basically multi-level support area resistance that it's tested. It could run up. As always, use that 52-week low as your stop. We have AGX, the next one. So AGX, it's at the close to the 52-week low, bounced up a little bit, 80 cents, but it does look like it could go up from here. If it does break that 52-week low, watch out below, but it did have the earnings, bounced a little bit. Earnings was lower than expected, so keep it on watch. Like I said, these 52-week new lows that are bouncing just on a Friday might continue down for a couple days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then find a bottom support level and continue on up if the volume comes in. We also have TCP. So pipelines, fuels, and oils are surging like crazy. So this one has bounced off of the 52-week low, hit it on Friday, ran up a little bit. So keep it on watch. It's showing oversold on the RSI. Could be a potential long, you've got $31 range overall that it could run back up back to that high. And final one for the long swing pick potential, any. So they did announce a secondary offering at 70 cents. I believe it was 70 cents or 72 cents. So this one could run back up. Obviously, they're raising capital. It might not run up, but you're 5 cents off of the low. So we'll see what it holds. It is an oversold territory on the daily chart. Could be one that's a good longer term. If we look at the 5-year, it has run up. So definitely keep it on watch. As always, guys, make sure to check it out. Modern Trader Summit. Very easy to register. Seats are selling really quickly, and there are rooms set aside for people to come at the hotel, so definitely check that out as well. And if you don't already follow me on Twitter, definitely do follow me on Twitter. I post my alerts there, as well as tradealike trading app. I post my alerts. I had some amazing ones on Netflix this past week. Swung it overnight, Thursday into Friday, some great gains there. And also traded AVGO, which I posted as well, both long and short on the trend for the day. So have a great one, guys. Carpe profit and trade with proper risk management.